Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about the basic or a fundamental concept about segmentation. In the previous videos, we just discussed about the paging concept. So, similar to the paging concept, we can have this segmentation, which is nothing but how we are dividing the memory into numerous partitions, and all those partitions, if it all those partitions are of equal in size, then it is said to be paging. But if they varied in size, then it is said to be segments. If you have unequal size of several partitions in memory, we can call all those partition as a segments. Do you think that whether the program or whatever the process we want to execute in the system, will they store in sequential manner? We cannot say like that, isn't it? So we cannot give assurance that all the process that enters into the system will be stored sequentially in the memory. But from the user's point of view, so for it might be some of the assumption that sequential locations will be allotted for memory, but it is not like that. So we will be having memory has many different partitions, and all those partitions are of unequal in size, and we can call it as a segmentation segments. So here they are not said to be the contiguous, which is nothing but non-contiguous allocation of memory is followed in case of segmentation, whereas in paging we have followed the contiguous allocation of memory, which is nothing but the sequentially all the set of pages whatever we have will be allotted in the memory. So here we have the subroutine. Suppose if you are executing any C program, if you are developing it, so you will be having some subroutines or whatever the user defined functions you are just creating in the C program is said to be the subroutines. In some cases you may require some library procedure also, so you should link all those library files whatever you want to execute, whatever you need. So all those files will be linked in your code, and you will be consider those as a subroutine program, and that will be executed separately. Each and everything whatever you are going to execute as one common routine, which is nothing but a segments. So we can make several segments for a single program. So here subroutine will be considered as one segment, and whatever the data structure which we want to use in our program, so which is nothing but what are all the variables or the operands that we want to store in the variable, all those are said to be the stack data structure, so that will be considered as one segment. And symbol table, which is nothing but some predefined functions or predefined elements which we want to use, so those things will be considered as one segment. And the main program whatever we developed will be considered as one segment. And here we have another subroutine function, which is the name of the function is square root, so we can consider that as one segment. So like this many different kinds of operation which we can do in a single program, all those operations can be treated as a segment, several segments. So this is what segmentation, how we are dividing your one process as several segments. And in the main memory, so we will be storing all these segments not in sequential manner, randomly we can store it, which is nothing but non-contiguous allocation takes place in case of segmentation. So here also the user whatever the address he is generating is nothing but the logical address. Just we are following the same thing we followed in case of paging. And the address logical address has been represented as a two fields. So first one is nothing but segment number, and the second field which is nothing but offset. So this is also very similar to the paging concept. There we have used the page number in order to represent each and every page in the virtual memory, and also we have included this offset field in order to get any of the specific instructions address or any of the content address you want to fetch it, so you can go to that particular address. So in order to go to that particular address, we need this offset value. So the same two set field values will be used for representing this segments, segment number followed by the offset. So let us see one example for this segmentation. So before getting into the example, so I would like to explain about the segmentation hardware, which is nothing but how we are executing any of the segments, how we are providing the process in the segments, and how could be the segment table. So in case of paging, we have followed the page table, which is nothing but it will have all the entries of all the pages whatever we have in the main memory. Not only in main memory, in virtual memory, what are all the pages we have. For all those pages, we should have the individual entries that could be followed in the page table. So in the same way, we are using the segment table in case of segmentation. So in the segmentation hardware, so initially from the CPU we will be getting that address which is generated by the user, and that address is said to be the logical address. So it consists of two fields, which is nothing but the segment number and followed by the offset field. So that we are representing as a D. D is nothing but displacement. So in some textbook it is given as a displacement. So we can represent with the symbol D. And here from this segment number we need to search the corresponding address, what could be the physical address. So in the same way we are performing the mapping technique. So segmentation is said to be another mapping technique which is used for getting the physical address from the logical address. So initially we will be getting only the logical address. In order to get the physical address, we are just undergoing with this segmentation concept. If you look at this is actually the segment number. So this will be used as an index to get the corresponding physical address. But here in the segment table, we have actually two fields. Each and every entry in the segment table must be consists of two fields. The first one is limit and another one is base. Limit value, which is nothing but, so already we discussed these two values. These two are said to be the two register which is used for holding the size of the process as well as the base address of the process that resides in the memory. So in the same way, the segment table also consists of these two values. Limit value, which is used for holding the size of the segment, which is nothing but the length of the segment. So how many number of locations that it may require to hold one of the segment in the main memory. And base value, which is used for representing the starting address of that particular segment. So from these values we can find out easily, or we can access the particular segment in the main memory easily. So we can get the physical address. And one more comparison has been done in the segmentation hardware, which means, so based on the limit value and whatever the base value we have given, so based on it we need to find out whether it is a authorized access or it could be unauthorized access or not. So in that way we can check it, because what we are comparing here the offset value, so that will be compared because whatever the value you want to fetch, which means any of the instruction or the content, so you need to give what is its specific address. So that we are providing only with the help of this offset value, which is nothing but the distance between, or the displacement between the starting address of the segment to the particular instructions location. So that is what the offset value. So we are just checking whether that value is lesser than the limit value. So limit value, obviously we know that it is said to be the length of the segment, which means the size of the segment. So it will hold how many number of locations will be required for that segment. So that could be the value of limit. So if you are comparing this offset value with the limit, if suppose this value may exceed the limit value, if this offset value in some cases if it may exceed the limit value, then that will be considered as a trap, which means the user wants to access some other user program, or else he want to access the OS itself. So it is a kind of trap, and that will be producing the error, addressing error, and that will be return the control to the operating system. So it will stop execution, it will not proceed further. So it will return the control to the operating system, then the operating system will take care of this kind of situation. So he will be producing the error to the user, though he will not allow the user to access any of the user program or else any other user process. So if the suppose whatever the offset value we are providing, so if it is lesser than the limit value, then obviously we can proceed further. So we can get this base address, and the base address value will be added with this displacement value, so that you can get the address, that is the physical address of the particular instruction, or whatever the content you want to fetch it from the main memory. So everything we can get it with the help of this segmentation hardware. So this is what the thing we are following in case of segmentation. So now let us move on to the example for this segmentation. So here we have the structure of the segment. So here we have different segments, and the segment number starts from 0 to 4, which means we have 5 number of segments here. Subroutine will be considered as segment 0, and main program is considered as segment 2, stack is considered as segment 3, and this one is segment 4, and square root function is segment it is 1. Okay, so we have 5 number of segments, and their corresponding segment table also given here, which is nothing but it consists of limit value and base value. For this is actually the index of those entries which is present in the segment table, which is nothing but the segment number. Segment number we can get it from the logical address, whatever the address which is provided by the user, and from that address we'll be getting the segment number. Say for example, if you want to access segment 0, so we can get its information from the segment table, which means segment 0 size is 1000. So it might be of bytes, so it consists of 1000 bytes. And what could be the base address of the segment 0, which is nothing but 1400. So in this location, that is 1400 locations, I mean in this location we have the segment 0 in the main memory. Fine. So segment 1 is available in the location 6300, and how many number of bytes which it is requires to hold in, I mean to store in the memory, which is nothing but 400 bytes. So the length of the segment is 400. The segment number 2, the length of the segment number 2 is 400, and it is available in the location 4300. This could be the base address. Base address is nothing but the starting address of that segment. And next one is segment through is available in this location, and the length of the segment is 1100. And in the same way we have the segment 4. Now if you want to access, say for example, segment 2, where it is available, segment 2 is available in this location 403, I mean 4300. That was the starting address of that segment. How many bytes it may require to store that particular segment, which is nothing but 400 bytes. So the ending location of that segment, the last location, which is nothing but 4700. It starts from 4300, it ends at 4700, because it may require only 400 bytes. Okay, so now that could be the displacement. Suppose if you want to access the 53 byte number 53. Okay, so that was the location of the particular instruction. So what happens here, it will add the starting address value with this 53. So that could be the offset value, isn't it? So which we discussed in the segmentation hardware. So we need to add the value of base address with the offset value. So what is the base address here? That is 4300. So that will be added with this 53, so that you will be getting 4353. So that could be the location which we are going to search here. Okay, so for it is in the in between these two address, which means it is in the segment only. It is an authorized access, it is not said to be the unauthorized access, because while we are comparing the offset value with this length of the register, it is lesser than the length of the register. What is the length of the register? It is 400. And what is the offset value? It is 53. 53 is less than 400, so obviously it is not a trap. So we can access this particular instruction which is stored in this segment. So this is how we are executing the segmentation with this example. So it is easy to understand. We will see the combination technique of paging and segmentation in the next video. Thank you.